So hi and welcome to another video with one of my wish list plants that I've always wanted since I was a small kid. I finally have it. I found it at Lowe's on discount. Always great to look at Lowe's is clearance section to save a quick buck. This right here is the strawberry tree, or Arbutus uendo. Yeah. Here is the tag. You can barely see it. I put it up on the screen, the scientific name. It is native from Ireland all the way to the Mediterranean. It's an evergreen shrub or tree. It could grow in its native range to 35 feet, but I've heard here in the United States it typically only gets like 15 feet. That's not going to be an issue. I'm actually planning on semi-wall training this one. And we have discussed wall training in a couple of other videos. So real quick, all wall training describes is limiting a shrub or a tree's growth to the horizontal so that it's mostly just on the wall. So instead of allowing it to really bulk up, it's just there on the wall. That does a couple of things. It saves you space, and it also encourages the plant to flower and fruit more because all the energy that would have been dispersed throughout an entire canopy is now only being dispersed to a small section of growth. Again, this species is native from Ireland to the Mediterranean and is pretty drought tolerant once established. It makes a taproot, and it takes a couple of years for that taproot to go down. But during that which time, just give it some regular water. You could prune it as a tree, which will reveal this really nice peeling bark, which is what I liked a lot. And bark like this is really good for wildlife. A lot of insects will crawl underneath and overwinter in there, which is great. Along with that, it's an evergreen tree, so it's going to provide interest all winter, but not just with leaves. This species actually flowers in the cool seasons, so starting in fall through winter into spring. Occasionally a couple blossoms during summertime. And let me see if I could show you guys. This camera. That right there are the flower buds. And the flowers open up into these white little bell-shaped structures that closely resemble blueberries. And it turns out that this species is actually in the Ericaceae family, which includes blueberries. And most of them, except for some of the tropical ones, have that bellflower. These guys do prefer acidic to neutral soil. If you're on the alkaline side, I don't think it will enjoy it too much. So you could grow them in a large pot. There's a couple cultivars of this guy out there now that are shorter or they have different colored flowers. But I think the straight species is good enough. And I'm also hoping that this plant, because it's evergreen and it kind of has a dense canopy, will encourage some birds to come and nest. So far, we only have one tree that's been used as a nesting tree, and that's a pear tree for some mockingbirds. So hopefully having this here will help. So yeah, I'm going to go get this planted. Excuse my panting. I didn't want to film myself actually planting the tree because how exciting is it to see someone dig a hole? Plus I only have a phone camera still. But there it is, it's planted. So the plan with this guy again is to wall train it. So branches like this that are leaning forward will get cut off probably in the spring once I know that this guy roots down and is established. Stuff like this that's growing more upright, I might leave and let it bulge out a little bit. I'm just going to remove lower leaves and stuff so more light could get to stuff underneath. It's going to look really nice, and I'm hoping it goes actually above the fence. So that's like 10-15 feet. And it can have some more room to bulge out a little bit more. It's going to look really pretty. Next to it is another evergreen plant, Trachelospermum jasmineoides, or the Confederate jasmine, star jasmine. Has a lot of names. So it'd be two evergreens, and this guy I'm going to try avoiding it climbing into this. I don't mind it hugging the wall behind it, but I'm probably won't let it climb into it until the strawberry tree is already way above the fence. At which point a couple of these stems might go in, but not that many. I don't want it to choke it out. I don't think that'd be much of a threat, but still, better safe than sorry. This species again will flower all fall, winter, and spring long. Scented, it does produce fruit, which is something I didn't say earlier. Hence the name strawberry tree. I saw it being sold as blueberry tree, but I've never heard that before. I think it's just because of the flowers, or maybe someone just mistyped it and thought, oh, it's a berry. It does produce fruit that are strawberry in appearance. They last long in the tree, so if birds don't get them, they're not going to fall down to the floor and make a mess. Not like some other fruit trees. But it shouldn't be much of a worry because supposedly birds do like these, and apparently there was a study done, I think it was either on the West Coast or East Coast. I leave a link down in the description to it, that said that these guys have actually encouraged bird biodiversity by giving them an extra source of food. So that'd be interesting. Again, one of the reasons why I got this tree was to get some more birds coming in. You can eat the berries. They're not very tasty. They're very bland. They don't taste like strawberries. They just look like it. I'm going to put a picture right up here of how the fruit look. You could make jams, but when you're making a jam of this, you're going to have to add a lot of sugar. Eating it raw, again, bland taste. Is it harmful for pets? No, it's not. And again, falling fruit won't be much of an issue. Unless your dog or cat is a climber, then I wouldn't worry about it. Other than that, this is a really exciting species, and I'm really happy to have finally added it to the garden. So here's hoping it makes it. Since it's from the Mediterranean, I don't think the heat will be much of an issue. I'm hoping not. But even if it is, I don't think it will, because we have a drip irrigation system, so it'll be getting supplemental water. So it should be pretty good. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.